What about now? Can y'all hear me now? Oh, I hope so. Give me a one if you can hear me. Please tell me you can hear me now. Oh, no. Am I still muted? I'm not muted now, though, right? Wow. That sucks. I was sitting there ranting to everybody. Nobody heard shit I was saying, did you? Anyway, what I was doing is I was reading out Suzette's comment about a possible sighting of summer. I hadn't heard it until just now. Has any of y'all heard that? I hadn't heard it. All good in the hood, sweet. Stressing me out, guys. Damn, that's a rough start. Here I am solo. Brandy's still preparing. And I'm going to give it to her. She's been at this for hours, so it ain't like she ain't been working on it. Okay. Yeah, she's a little late, but I kind of sprung it on her late. And no sound, not again. Bullshit. See, I'm Tim was talking about it just now. Tim Mullins or Tiffany Marie? Who we talking about? I hear you. Okay, good. Y'all are stressing me out with this sound thing, man. I never have had that problem, and I don't know what happened now. I don't believe it was her. He said, she said, no facts. Yeah, I mean, I would love to be. I would love for it to be true, but I was watching another channel and they mentioned the sighting of Summer. Tiffany Marie. Huh. Who knows? You know, I would love for that to be true. We'll see. You know, keep our fingers crossed. You never know, right? But until we know a lot more, I don't think we should dive too deep in it. You know, I don't want to speculate a ton because we'll see how it plays out. But I was on my suspect list that y'all were a part of the other day. A lot of you, I hope, that were there then are here now. And I said Jody Sue. I'm marking her off. I'm telling you, it's a bunch of damn noise, in my opinion. I could be wrong. If it turns out she's the mastermind, hey, then I'm wrong. But I marked her off, and that left us with a few people. And when I did that, on my list, I still had Sherfy Jr., Damien, Grandus, Candace, Dawn. Those are my top five suspects. And, you know, I did kind of a poll on this, and these are the ones we picked. When I did it on my live, a lot of people, you know, was voting on this. And that's how it shaped out. Now, having thought of it, I can't think of somebody else that I would definitely think should be on the suspect list since then. So I think we're going to stick with those five. But like I was saying, I've kind of run into a bit of a problem because I think it's going to come down to there's three people well, there's damn sure in my mind two people that cannot be cleared. And I thought what we would do is go over one of them and see what y'all think. And you know, when I was thinking about this, I thought about it a lot since Summer went missing. Grandis has either the shittiest luck of any woman on the planet or is somehow involved in one of these two disappearances. Now, on the night that Rose went missing, Grandis was in that area. On the day Summer went missing, Grandis is reportedly with her. What are the odds? Okay? What are the odds? And her daughter's been missing 10 plus years. How? There's no way. In my mind, and those crimes happened far apart and in a large span of years, it just doesn't seem possible. And if you give the fact that, she's in Candace's story, so she was there in this timeline that we got. So she is implicated as she is a grown adult in the direct vicinity of a child that went missing, and she can't explain it any better than Candace. Just poof. You know? In my mind, it definitely didn't happen that Candace pulled this off without Grandis's knowledge. You know? I don't know. Lightning struck twice. There you go. Is that what it is? Is that lightning struck twice? I don't know. I did find some stuff though, and I was going to show y'all some stuff that I think is interesting, and I'm going to do a little bit of speculation. First, I want to get something out of the way, okay? My own wrench has been stalking me ferociously and harassing me. And the other day, I got this. I just want to say, I think that is extremely offensive. Ain't that funny as hell, y'all? I give it to you, Messy Jesse, where you got the pocket protector. Do y'all catch that? Suspenders, bow tie, glasses. It is excellent. And hey, I like to pick on people, and when somebody gets me good, I don't mind sharing it. But that is artwork. You killed it, man. When I seen that shit, you can ask Brandy. I started cracking up. I was like, look at this shit. And that was before I even spotted the pocket protector. That was another added laugh when I noticed it. I tell you, what's got me upset though is you didn't share with me how good at memes you are. So I got some ideas, and I'm thinking me and you can collaborate on some folks around the YouTubes, make some pictures. We'll talk. But yeah, she got me. She got my ass. That was funny, wasn't it? What do y'all give Jesse's meme on a scale of 1 to 5? Jesse, I'm giving you a solid 4.4. What do y'all rate it? Seymour is an 80s rocker. There you go, Brandy. You know it. I was an 80s child too, man. I never told y'all the story. I was at a Motley Crue concert in Roanoke, Virginia, when they were doing the it was the Dr. Feelgood tour. I seen Tommy Lee in the cage, in the drum, playing the drums upside down, over 20,000 plus people. It was bad as hell. Then at the end of the show, Tommy Lee, they're all, at the end telling everybody bye. He just jerks his drawers off. Right there. Everybody's seen it. And I tell you, there wasn't a man in that joint that didn't walk out with their head down. This dude, I was like, oh. Oh, Tennessee Blonde only give you a 1. She's hating on you, Jesse. I can do 80s rockers. Y'all wait for it. Yeah, there you go. I want a bandana. Make me look like Cam. Y'all seen Cam sporting the bandana? I give him some shit about it the other day. Oh, Cam Michaels. He's got him a glove too. I think he's trying to go part Michael Jackson also. I'm not sure. It's called the way I see it. Jesse, there will be, I need your help with a Cam meme also for my post. Jesse, stop making memes and start watching House of Dragon. Yes, Jesse, there's work to be done for you, for a lot of you. Because I tell you, my Games of Thrones live the other day didn't do too well. I think some of you could support your buddy a little better. Try to show up. I know you got the. I know you. A lot of y'all got the alert one going. Huh? I ain't watching that shit.
You didn't even tell me you're starting.
Brandy, I told you it started at 12.
No, you didn't.
I scheduled it beside you.
How rude.
Oh, I know she ain't gonna play that shit. She knew. Suzette, I watched it. Yeah, some of y'all was there, not a lot of you. Some of you. I thought though that the meme would lighten shit up real quick before we started talking about what's up. I got some stuff though, man. I looked it up. I was doing some research, checking it out. There is some Warren Harrer articles. There's like so many of them, and I'm 90%, I'm 95% sure it's the right one, but I didn't want to show it, not knowing for sure. But we all know that he had charges, and that it makes you wonder if the hairline is like that. That's bad because it seems like the Wells line is like that also. And you got to think, because they say that stuff's generational. With Dawn and Candace's backgrounds, it's got to be bad. But anyway, I was looking at though. I tell you though, I'm going to say this too, since we're talking about Grandis. I think some people early on really attacked Grandis pretty hard because I was looking at some of her comments that and these are like 9 days after Summer went missing, and people are just going off saying some horrible shit. And I was telling Brandy, I was like, I was very suspicious as all of them, at that point. But I don't know how in 9 days people can be saying, you know, um, you killed your granddaughter, you know where she is, and all that. To me, it was too much of a rush to judgment. And I think anybody, should get more leeway than 9 days you've gotten. And this is the grandmother too. You know what I'm saying? Now, having said that, I think she is in on it, but it shows me that people were really quick to go for the throat on her. I will say that, and I don't know how fair that is. I, it seems kind of early to me, and there's some of these comments that are really just. I mean, there's something else, and I've seen some other stuff on here. Let me share the screen and I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. Because this stuff's creepy, man. It really is. Right here. This is Grandis's Facebook page. Getting notices about my stuff coming up. This is now all this is open to the public, so everybody can see this. And this is her current one that's wide open. And there's not much on it. as you can see. But there is some stuff on it, and some of it I find odd. Like if you look, here she is. This is February 11th. She's selling some jewelry apparently. I'm not going to like somebody for trying to make a buck. You know what I'm saying? Back here, now this is July 12th, 2021. So this was right after, um, not even a month, Summer had been missing. And she she stopped taking friend requests. So can you imagine how many she got by that point? And here is the comments that people left. Whereas Summer, and it gets really bad. And then there's people, that will take up for her. But some of it is so, I don't know. Then you have some, and it's like it's a mixed bag. You or Candace did nothing wrong. You love your children. You know, it's a mixed bag, but some of it's really, really rough. And here's a lady, she's saying, send me a friend request. She still runs the Facebook support of your family. I believe you. So I don't know, man. It's a real mixed bag, but some of them people were just straight to the throat. And I thought, this was something else too. It's July 5th. This is 20 days after Summer went missing. Grandis is putting posts of other missing kids up also. Now, me and Brandy talked about that, and Brandy didn't say, she didn't seem to think it was odd. I thought it was a little odd. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm selfish, I guess, but if my own granddaughter was missing, I would be blasting her 24/7. And maybe she's just that good of a person that she's had another ones, but you don't see any before Summer went missing. It seemed odd to me. Um, and then here now, this is on June 30th, 15 days after Summer went missing. I told Brandy I thought this was odd. You're posting memes 15 days after Summer went missing. I'm old school. I believe having good manners, respecting my elders, helping others when I can. Are you old school too? I told Brandy, I was like, I think that is strange to be posting memes on this at the same time. Look, she's putting a missing thing for Summer up, right? I just thought that's odd to me that she's doing those things together. I would think you would be posting stuff for Summer, and what I would be doing is trolling the pages and stuff, looking for through comments about posts of Summer. You know, it doesn't seem like to me she was really worried about doing any investigating or anything. It seems like she was. I don't know. I just thought that seemed really odd to me. Here on June 29th, Sheriff, you have a grandson you love with all your heart. I think that's a little odd, you know? That's exactly 2 weeks after Summer went missing. She posted, Sheriff, you have a grandson you love with all your heart. I don't know. What do y'all think about that? Can you gain any insight to somebody by what they post and stuff? I think you can. I think it gives you an idea what people are thinking and up to. I probably wouldn't even be able to function at that point posting memes. Come on. See, that's where I was. That's what I was thinking. Um, I, but what do y'all think about that? The 2 week thing. It's exactly 2 weeks since Summer went missing, and she posts that thing about if you have a grandson, if you love your grandson or whatever it was. That was weird, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Rim. Miss Denman, let me find your comment. I'm working on it. It wouldn't surprise me if that is someone using her name to get more customers for the jewelry. I'm surprised how many fake pages. I don't see Grandis doing jewelry. She's too much of a tomboy. No, that's Grandis's page. If you look down through the comments and stuff, Rose Bly's on there. In there, her and Grandis are talking back and forth on that page. That's her page. I promise you that. I've written to Grandis and don't think she hurt Summer, but she knows. Yeah, I have never said I think she hurt Summer, but I damn sure think she knows what happened. I think she has had two people turn up missing that she was in the vicinity of, both people, and she doesn't know what happened to either one. This case might not be solved for 20 years. It's like no one is looking anymore. Also, is Dawn out of jail yet? No, Dawn ain't out yet. Maybe she's just trying to hang in there for the boys. Maybe because Summer ain't coming back. I don't know, man. I just thought it was odd to post that 2 weeks after your granddaughter went missing. You specify grandson. I don't know. It's weird to me. Like the meme shit's weird to me. Like some of y'all think the meme shit's weird too. It just, that seems to me like you would be in investigative mode, not strolling through memes. I don't know. It's weird to me. I'm getting some coffee. You going to join us there or what?
No, I'm mad you didn't tell me it's time to start.
What?
You didn't tell me it's time to start. And I was up there cleaning, fooling around. Oh.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I asked you about it when I was sat there and did it in the bed right beside you. I said, "How is 12 for you?"
I said, okay.
And
But
I mean, you act like it was on purpose, even if I didn't tell you. It wasn't on purpose, but you were right beside me, and I remember asking you about the time, what you thought. So, I don't know. You can be mad and upset if you want. I don't think you can put that on me. I think Candace left Grandis to look after Summer while she spent time with Hunter. I think Grandis fell asleep and Summer helped herself to some candy, which was pain meds she asked JS to help get rid of. Well, I was with you till you went to the JS. I kind of like the early part of it. I think it could be. I've never heard anybody mention that before, but that's plausible to me. You know, maybe that's what happened. Her and Hunter went up the road for a park, and
I thought Allie said that she's, you know, he came home. Remember, she said she seen Summer, but I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I thought Allie, her final answer on that subject was that she didn't go to the truck.
I thought she seen Summer, but she didn't talk to her or something. Who knows?
Well, I mean, it's an interesting theory. You know, I want to know how long she would have left the boys alone that day. I mean, they're not that whole time by themselves that day. Were they there that whole time by themselves that day?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Dawn was at work.
Yeah. I really think Dawn was at work, or Dawn's ass would be in deep shit. I think his alibi checked out.
Yeah.
Slurping. God, I gotta stop that.
I'm leaning to just not a random abduction, but it's probably somebody. What are you doing?
She's mad because the cat's beside Brandy. Brandy's sitting with the cat. Harley ain't having it. Harley, come on, man.
Right or wrong.
Brandy feeds her. She's about 305 pounds right now. She's barely able to get around the house.
Oh,
She's so obese. And Brandy is her hero. She follows Brandy wherever she goes. When Brandy's working, she sits beside her, don't she?
Mm-hmm.
She likes mama. Normal parent or normal grandparent would never stop looking for their baby. These whales are weirdos, and they're more than likely had something to do with it or did it. I tell you, if you looked at it from a perspective of how they've acted, you have to admit it is not the normal reaction. There's been no effort in wanting to find Summer, in my opinion. It's been more about protecting themselves and replying to shit they've heard. You have not seen them out actively doing anything to find their child.
Nope.
You know, there was the little parade thing, but I mean, honestly, come on. I don't know. I just don't see the effort.
She's lying about something, because even Dr. Phil, their panel said she might not have been directly connected, but she knows or has guilty knowledge. I think the guilty knowledge is her not watching her in that 2-minute window is like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You know, if you go with that theory, if that thought about that, yeah, that's interesting, because I could go there. I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I could see like her guilty knowledge is she did something. It's probably the window. 2 minutes, nobody buys that shit.
No.
What at all? But how much longer was it? I tell you got to be open to the idea. And a lot of people might slam me for this, but you have to be open to the idea that they don't know who did it. You got to have an open mind to a possible abductor. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I keep on going back to that, because
they are not smart enough to get away with this if it's being investigated.
And no evidence at all.
I just don't see it. But Candace has knowledge, is what I'm saying. Okay. And I'm thinking the lie detector was, do you know where your daughter is?
Mm-hmm.
No, she might not, because she was passed out and she got gone. And she would have passed that because she don't know where she is, right? And they asked her, did you kill your daughter? No, she didn't kill her daughter. Do you see how she could pass that? I could see that, right?
Yeah.
But by now, she should have just spilled that shit. You know?
Yeah.
She should have said, look, the timeline I give was bullshit. I got a little hammered at the lake. I think that's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Come home, passed out, woke up. Nobody had seen her. Each one thought somebody else was supposed to be keeping up with her. Who knows?
Well,
right?
She got to lose. She's already lost the boys, you know. If she's come forward with that, you know.
What?
She don't have anything to lose now. If she came forward, she's already lost custody of the boys. Or just come forward and tell the truth.
That's what I'm saying. That's the problem I have with that is.
Believe her.
I think she would have told that by now, don't you? So that makes me think that's not it.
Well, I don't know.
I go back and forth. And you know, when somebody was talking about they could have sold her, yeah, and that could have been part of why she didn't fail the lie detector test too. Because that probably wasn't. It's not like on TV, like they ask you 50 questions. They ask a few.
Couple. Yeah, they got to narrow it down to a couple.
So, if they ask, like, do you know where your daughter is, and say they did sell her, they'd say no. and they'd be right. They'd be telling the truth. They don't know where she's at. They don't know where the person they sold her to took her. There's a lot of ways I think that lie detector could have been worded to where they could have passed, but still have knowledge of what's happened. Correct?
Yeah. That's what I think.
Candace doesn't drink and drink. She may get high and drive. Yeah, I don't know. Here's someone in Arkansas said they saw a girl with a man and a woman in a motel that looked just like her. That's all I know about this. Yeah, that was brought up earlier. There's saying there was a sighting of Summer.
Recently?
Yeah. Hi, Carrie. We're going to try to be around more often, man. We know we ain't been around enough, but we're getting back to it. We took a break and we're over it now, so we're going to be back more, guys. We just, like, we did some of the Carly stuff the other day, and I don't want to do shit to death out of respect for Kylie. I'm sorry, Kylie. I don't want to, I don't know. I just don't want to speculate a ton on her stuff because everybody else seems to be, and out of respect to her parents, because her parents are true victims. You know what I'm saying? They lost their daughter, and you know, I really feel for them. You know, they love their daughter a lot. You could see it. It seemed like the relationship was good between Carly and the parents, and I'm not going to speculate it to death.
I did watch more of the interviews with Adventure with Purpose. Her actual body was found in the hatchback, not the back seat.
Wow.
Yeah, so the diver that found her said that. Because they asked, where she located in the back seat. He said she wasn't in the back seat, she was in the back hatch part.
See, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I didn't either. So just to clarify, I did find that out.
Dropped out at a good time, John. So much drama the last 2 months. Yeah, and it was everywhere. That's a lot of the reason we got off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
that, and I don't know. People just need breaks here and there. So.
Yeah. I think it wears on you too, because I don't think people realize how much time me and Brandy put into this when we're doing it right and doing a lot of lives and researching videos and stuff. And when you are around this all the time, I think it kind of hit when they found Kylie gone. I don't know, for some reason that kind of was the what led to me needing a break. It was just more bad news on top of a bunch of other bad news. I don't know, man. And
that got to me really bad, and
that bothered me for some reason worse than a lot of it, and I needed a break.
And Eliza Fletcher, that really bugs me.
Oh, the Eliza Fletcher.
That and I feel so bad for her.
Yeah.
How scared she was, and that whole shouldn't have been out.
I have trouble believing there has been a credible sighting of Summer. The major networks and law enforcement would be converging upon the possible sighting location. I think Eastern Tennessee girl, yes, I agree. I think if it was big, it would have come out somewhere by now. Yep, I took a break too. Maybe a hint about a grandson who got into something. Have you heard that, John? I think I understand that you were trying to say you were trying to keep your channel fresh and just not staying on one case. Yeah. The Eliza Fletcher thing, though, man, that is, I tell you, I think my wife is worse off for how that played out. I think that's been hard on Brandy.
That's scary for a woman, any woman.
I think it's made you a lot more nervous about being out by yourself.
Oh, yeah. People are weird nowadays.
I've literally seen, it in Brandy.
Yeah, it really got me.
Oh, hi, Emma. Emma says, hey.
Oh, hey, man.
I thought you was mad at me, Emma. You ain't talked to me since
We had
we had the live. I showed up one day, and I think you was getting ready to get off. You was like, you can come up if you want. And I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that to her because she'd already talked about signing off when I rolled up. I hope you ain't mad at me over that.
Yeah, we haven't been on in a while, so I haven't got a chance to talk to either.
Emma, I seen something funny too, but I ain't gonna bring it up.
What?
Remember when I showed you about Emma the other day? I'll remind you later.
It's nothing bad.
It's nothing bad. It's funny, but I don't want to call you out.
She probably knows. What was it on Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll email you, Emma.
It was a comment we seen on there.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. John and Brandy, if I come to West Virginia for a wedding, I would love to meet y'all. Where's the wedding at, Suzette?
We'll meet you.
If it's near, we'll meet you. Tell us, LOL, I can laugh at myself. It's not bad, Emma.
I forget how she worded it.
I actually forget how it was worded, but it was just you giving Grandis some shit on Facebook. And I thought it was hilarious when I seen it.
You asked her, what did...
I would share the screen, but I don't know if Emma really wants me to. I think it's funny. I just don't want people being out of shape about it. Patty, how are you doing? I haven't seen a lot of people in a while. It seems like there's a lot more people out today, don't it?
Good, yeah.
Let's get to Logan, West Virginia. Logan's like an hour and a half, ain't it? Yeah. Ain't that where Chase played that football game at?
Too far.
Is that where that was?
Mm-hmm.
Bad news, guys. Football team, we're 0-3, but damn, we've had a tough schedule. And they've lost one game by 4 points and one game by 2 points. Mm-hmm. But I tell you, I feel like we're turning a corner, right? That school we lost to last night, they've always been a powerhouse for what I know. And they only lost by 2. And man, I want them to win so bad. I feel so bad for them. And they come back on the bus, man. And it's like their coach is an old school badass. He keeps them straight. And, you know, they just lost. And I seen that every one of them had their helmets on the bus, you know, traveling back. I guess the coach makes them do that. You know, I felt so bad for them. Mm. But they're tough. We're going to turn it around.
They usually got a great football player. Like, they always usually win. So, it's just been a rough year.
Yeah. I think, though, they get better every game. And like I said, they've had a tough schedule. There was a few comments on JLR, and they stated Candace and Candy were not speaking in different states. You know, I always wonder if that's going to have an effect. Because you figure if Don, Candace, and Grandis all three know, right? Mm-hmm. And they're all three split up, eventually somebody is going to screw it up.
It's probably why Candace don't talk to anybody. I don't know.
What do you think? Is it good they're not together? I don't know. I feel like if they stay separated, eventually somebody's going to screw up, or somebody's going to be like, I don't know. I think somebody eventually might break. Of course, I don't know. Ain't nobody broken Rose's case, and it's been a long ass time. I wonder, you can bet there's a good chance there's a lot of people that know what happened to Rose, I think.
Okay.
Well, not a lot, but a few. I'd say most in the family might.
See, I don't know if it was family related. I don't know. Where she went to the bar, I think that's weird, or went out that night. I don't know.
The thing about her though is she was little, and I think it's. I tell you, like that and the Eliza thing, you got to be careful. There are creeps every damn where. I feel bad for women. I want Brandy to start carrying a gun
Yeah.
because in West Virginia we have anybody can carry a gun here.
Pepper spray.
You come to West Virginia and pull some bullshit, there's a good chance somebody around's gonna have one too.
That's what I was thinking. Like, if you're jogging, running, you should have like a pepper spray or something in one hand.
Yes, definitely.
Something that you can act fast on.
Yeah.
So, just think maybe if she did have pepper spray and got a chance to use it. I don't know if she would have had time, how he came up on her, but
You know, I seen and I thought this was a good tip too. Is a lady the other day said she runs but with one earbud in.
yeah.
And I was like, that is a good idea. You know.
Yeah, because she might have could have maybe got away almost, if she could have heard him coming up on her.
Yeah. So anybody out there that's watching this that's jogging, do the one earbud and have some pepper spray, man. You can get a little thing of pepper spray. Hold it.
My coffee fell in the trash can.
You scared the shit out of me. Pepper spray
And he got all of that stuff.
and one earbud. You know,
Yeah,
ladies, look out for yourselves. There's some sick dudes out here. You know. Sometimes it makes me embarrassed to be a dude. The crazy shit I hear these guys do, and some of these dudes that stalk, that creeps me out more than anything can ever be.
yeah.
We get taught how to fight in self-defense for the ambulance service. I'm quiet, but don't piss me off or I kick the shit out of you.
Yeah.
That was Emma.
I was thinking there might be other victims because he's been out since 2020, and they found other evidence where he's stolen people's.
She's talking about the Eliza Fletcher
Yeah.
suspect. What's his name?
Khalifa or
Kaliotha
something.
Abstad, something like that.
Yeah, because he's been out of jail since 2020. He was found with somebody else's like credit card and stuff. So he's been doing crimes. They need to be looking to see if anybody else went missing around there.
Yeah, definitely. How we're all mad here. Yeah, we're trying to be on more, man. We went on the other day and everybody was like, we ain't gonna show up for that. There was 10 of us, wasn't there, Brandon? I'm glad to see everybody, man. I was telling Brandy that we have that issue with our suspect list. We think there's going to be a lot of people we can't just take off. And I was telling her too, I don't know that you could ever take Sherfy off or Sherfy Jr., sorry, because he, Sherfy Jr. has a past history of bad stuff. And you know how people tend to repeat that crime, right?
He might be a good suspect.
I would love to know what his exact location was he gave for the time that Summer went missing. Does anybody know that?
Just like he could have been at the right perfect time that she might have been wandered off down there near the road. He grabbed her. You never know.
Do I? What is it?
Summer might have been close to the road that day, and it would be like she might have knew him a little bit, and he grabbed her. It would have been a perfect opportunity.
See, the thing is, I don't think she knew him.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. But I'm not saying that it couldn't happen like you said. I just don't think she knew him personally.
She might not.
But I tell you, it opened me up a lot more when Sherfy Sr. said that he seen her in the road.
Yeah.
because I'd always wondered about that. And after he said it, and I think Jody Sue said they'd come to her house, it made me think Dawn and Candace are full of shit saying there's no way she would be out of from her swing, past her swing. And I think it's one of them things that they lied about that makes them look more guilty. You know?
Did you see the Delphi case? They've been searching water way near the dad and son's house, close to there. They've been searching this body of water. That's new. I don't
Really?
know. Yeah. Looking for something. So I'm hoping one of them top, maybe. They're searching for the weapon.
Hey, John, do you know if Charlie K is okay? You know, Carrie, I actually don't. I know he didn't feel good a while back. I think I seen him. Was he at our? He's been at one of our lives, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Recently. But I haven't heard.
I was wondering that too.
Police done a great job finding missing Cleo here in Australia. I think this was a bungled investigation as well. Carrie Lee Boxall, I think the police did an excellent job in Cleo's case. And I think if they would have went that route in Summer's case, they might have found her.
They just acted really fast. I know time's of the essence in that situation.
Yeah.
So.
See, that's the thing. Some of these police stations that are on top of their shit, man, they show you if it's done right, you can get good results, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I question how well things were done. But, you know, they did take evidence. So they did take evidence. I just can't believe that all that's lining up to the statements.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you heard about the sighting? Yeah, we went over that a minute ago. We're going to, until we hear from law enforcement or maybe it's on the news, I don't know how much credibility we can put into that.
Yeah.
We're going to wait and see. Yeah, I mean, you still here? What do you think about the sighting? I'm sure you've heard about it. I would love for it to be true. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. You know, it would be awesome.
I wonder if they could pull up who's in the area by their cell phone record or pings, but I guess where Summer is, the signal's not great there. I wonder if they could still pick up people in that area.
They can, yeah.
So they know that.
Dawn stated that he's had people tell him that they were contacted by the FBI because of that. That's what Dawn said. In the
area around that time.
Yeah. They have technology. If you are in the area, they can find out by your cell phone.
Yeah.
Even in the sticks, you know. If you're but, you know, that's not to say, though, maybe, I don't know if like you did, if you couldn't get service anywhere near there, if they'd be able to track it. I don't know about that because I don't know, you wouldn't be on the network, would you?
I don't think so.
So, but it seems like, you know, by the way, they managed to talk on Messenger on the back road the whole way, so it couldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
Dawn, you know, he commented on that too. I made a video with that in it, and Dawn said that he didn't think nothing was going to come of it. He said he thinks the people that did it were such professionals, they would have known not to have a cell phone. Now,
that's criminal years.
I thought that was an odd statement when he made that, you know. Yeah. I'm like, damn, you know, it's like he don't want to put any faith into finding anything out, you know. I feel like maybe if it would just be my heart speaking for me, I would be like, I hope to God we get something out of this. Not, oh, they know better than that. Right. He won't catch them like that. You know? I don't know, man. I feel so bad for Summer when I think about him saying stuff like that. Because I feel like, you know, that's not how your dad should be thinking when you're missing, right?
Yeah.
And
Something wrong.
you know, like I made the video about him with his damn searing the resurrection within a couple days talk. That's odd as hell to me. You know, I don't know, man. The idea I get from people that I know that have talked to Dawn is Dawn's kind of a goofball, right?
Yeah.
And I've always said if there's one person that's not in it, it's probably him. But I think he'd have to know about it by now. You know, I would say. Susan Smith saw it on a Facebook post on one of the websites for summer. See, that makes me want. I don't know. People definitely, if they're posting stuff and it's not true, I don't know why you would do that.
We mean, but who knows?
That's nothing but cruel to try to affect everybody's emotions than to falsely report a site. If somebody's doing that, we need to find out who your ass is and make you famous. They're both perfect fall guys. I think though, I don't think anybody knows where Grandis is at.
No.
I can't never clear Grandis until we find out what happened. I just don't see how it's possible. And after she gave that interview, you know, she had been quiet, not had done nothing, and then when she does give the interview, she seems so shady that if I think people were on the fence, they probably then thought, yeah, she's probably in on it.
Yeah, she got some of the stuff wrong. So.
Oh, she seemed so awkward about. And Summer went swimming at the lake, I believe. Is that how she said it? It was so damn weird, man.
No, she didn't know the name of the lake she went to either.
Did she not? And you know, I would love for somebody to tell me that it's not pretty damn suspicious that Allison's phone was dead at the time Summer went missing. Everybody cleared Allison when we did our poll. They was like, man, she ain't in on it. But damn, that always has bothered me. Nobody else ever seems to think that's strange.
Right.
I think her alibi's strange. Look at Allison. Let's just be honest. I'm not trying to be mean. Does it look like she attends a lot of sporting events and stuff?
Maybe.
Maybe.
For your kid.
Wasn't her kid.
Who was it?
It was her buddy's grandson, I think.
Who knows? I don't think.
New York connection. Dawn said no one will ever find her. You know, I was thinking about that too when I was scrolling through Candace's Facebook. And on one of her Facebooks, and there's actually like 3 or 4 of them, but one of them I noticed, and it just struck me as so odd, but maybe it was foreshadowing. You know how a lot of people think that barrel was for advertisement or something like that, right? There was a picture she had on her Facebook of a metal barrel on fire, but she had posted it September of the year Summer was born.
Yeah, that's weird.
2016, right? That's odd, ain't it? But if you look through her Facebook, because I really think you can learn a lot about a person by going through their Facebook.
Yeah, you can.
I really do. Like you see, I know y'all all know him. see people that just fight about everything openly on Facebook. I like those people. I'll look at their stuff, won't you?
Oh, it's interesting.
It's interesting. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
And I think that says a lot about you. You know, people that are always posting just oddball, sleazy stuff. I think you tell a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But on hers, and it's like, I think it's weird too. If you go back, she had really long hair. What do you think made her decide to get it cut how she had?
Who?
Candace.
I don't know.
That's an odd for a woman to have. Her hair was about as long as yours.
She might have had lice on. I don't think so. You know, maybe she didn't want
I
to.
never thought of that. You know?
Yeah.
Look, I'm not a big person and I'm not getting in the heat for much of nothing. And I have grandsons that play football, so no, I don't see Allie doing much of that.
Yeah.
I don't either, man. I mean, let's be honest. Allie's a big woman. Her out in the sun, having to walk to the bleachers and all that, it doesn't, it seems odd. Let's just say that. And I would really feel like, and especially if you've seen her interview with McDonough and on Unmasked also, that phone is always in her hands.
Allie.
On both of those videos, I'm pretty sure that phone is in her hands for 90% of the time. And when it's not, it's on McDonough's and it's sitting right there in front of her. And her phone was dead when Summer went missing. I don't know people that use their phone all the time. They don't keep it charged. I don't.
And she probably don't, not into the game either. I would be sitting there playing on my phone.
Yeah, and you would prepare for that.
Yeah.
Because you know she's not thinking, oh, I'm so excited to watch football practice. You know,
it was practice.
It was practice. And that's her alibi. She was at football practice with a dead cell phone. There's so much about her that's odd. Her and Candace are supposed to be fighting, yet Hunter's in his spiel, he says, well, we talked about what we had done in the last week.
Yeah, they don't supposed to be talking, I thought.
If you hadn't talked to somebody for months, why would you only look at the last week when you reflect on what each other's been up to? Right? Hey, I ain't seen you in a year, but give me the last 7 days.
Yeah, really.
What you been up to then?
I think it's weird she calls Hunter out of the blue. Hey, you want to go with me to take or get Grandis?
Yeah.
So, like she needs somebody to hang out with, I guess. Who knows?
I don't know. Grandis's trip 3 weeks after. I've always found that just suspicious behavior.
Yeah.
I think Candace and Allie could have been experimenting in a relationship. Candace went butch in a hurry.
They were, I thought. Well, no.
Andrew.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Is it Andrew? Yeah. Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Hiltz. He says he thought it could have been a possibility.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that makes like that feud between them, the fuel for it, seem more likely.
Yeah, because usually friends, you have a little spat, but then you go on and, you know.
Hi, Angie Davis.
Hey, Angie. Oh. You make up.
Yeah, you make up. It seems like maybe their thing, you know how it is when you break up with an ex, you know? She was always crazy anyway. You want to talk shit. You want to come out of it looking bad. Do you think Jose took anything to his grave with him? I don't think. No, not on Summer. I mean, he could have took stuff that happened in his presence, and I think that's possible. I think he could have took knowledge, but I don't think he could have took direct knowledge of what happened to Summer. Not direct knowledge. He may. I don't think he was tight enough though that it would have been shared with him. I believe Grandma thought it was going to hit the fan, so she got out of Dodge. I've always thought possibly Brad Wishing doesn't have a release date. I'm here, but I'm just listening. You two are great. I love the show, and I have missed you too. Oh, we missed you too, Patty. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here, everybody. Y'all remember Hunter said a man named Andy was on the property trying to touch kids. Isn't there two Andys, one specifically close to the house at that time, Jody Sue's ex? Yep. There's that Andy. There's Andrew Hills. Candace's ex's name was Andrew. There's a lot of them. I think Candace's ex would have to be a long shot, but damn, who knows? Because one of them abused their kids pretty severely. The one boy, I think he's in a wheelchair for life, right?
Yep.
So, and his name was Andrew, Candace's ex-husband. I think a lot of people that don't know the case super good don't realize that Candace has that many kids either. There's 8 altogether, right?
Yeah.
Some of the boys is 4, the 2 before that, and the one little girl. They have 7, right?
Yeah.
7 kids and you don't have one of them, you've been doing something really wrong. And I think it looks bad that they haven't gotten the boys back.
Yeah, they do.
I wonder if Dawn was out, if it would have been any different.
What?
When Dawn was out, were they seeing the boys, do you think?
Maybe.
Did that stop when Dawn went in or before that? That's something too, man. I don't know. I really expected that they I kind of thought they was actually going to do what it took to get the boys back. But now it just makes you think they just want the house renovated. How messed up is that to think? They got all them renovations done for the house, didn't they? They managed to accomplish that part that helped them. You ever thought about that?
What?
How Dawn and Candace got their house fixed. People were doing that because they were trying to help them get their boys back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Ain't that the way it was?
Yeah, that's the reason they're moving.
So the part that helped them, they got accomplished.
Yeah.
Still no proper bathroom. Now, I happen to have, I don't have it queued up. I'd have to find it. I have film, though, of the tour. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Y'all bear with me for 1 second, okay? I can show y'all a tour, possibly, of it. Just 1 second. Yep. There y'all go. Now this was the finished product of the bathroom. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's supposed to be. Yeah, there's the TP. There's the shower. The air conditioner. What did that look like in the first? I didn't catch it. Yeah, the seagull picture. She went with a beach motif. That must be above the toilet. I didn't see a toilet, did y'all? Well, she got tons of TP, don't she? Did y'all see all the TP? But that's her bathroom, the updated, donated version. People say there are many Andes in the Ben Hill area. Anyone looking into this?
Me.
Oh, I'm sure they've been looked at. People have investigated a lot. I'd say if there's any close, we'd know about them by now. Still want to know how the dogs are the answer, unless it's her dog is the answer since he was mean, apparently. I don't know, Frankie, baby. You lost me on that one.
But you know, the law enforcement probably knows who she was getting messages from. So the Andy thing. Didn't she get a text? Is that what you're talking about?
That's what I think they were speaking of.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't put much faith into that.
What Hunter said?
What Hunter said,
That was true.
cause I mean, and the part. No wonder she didn't shower, not proper bathroom. Well, it was a lot rougher, wasn't it? Remember they said there was dressers stacked up?
Yeah. I said walls.
Isn't Jody Sue constantly saying the Wells dogs have the answers? Well, maybe it's not the Wells dog. Could Jody Sue's dog have attacked Summer and they hid the evidence? I tell you, Frankie, baby, that dog of hers is a beast.
Who's?
Jody Sue's dog. You ain't never seen it?
Yeah. It's one of the big.
I think I got a picture of him I can show y'all too.
What are they called?
It's a bull mastiff. Ain't that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
I think I got a picture of him I can show everybody real quick. Now bear with me just 1 second.
No, she's saying the Wells dogs hold the secret. Is that what she's saying?
She's saying what I just said, maybe.
No. I don't think Josie be saying her own.
No, she's not saying that. Damn, I can't find the picture now. And I used to have one. Come on. This is well, hold on, it's gonna take a minute to upload. There it is. This is Jody Sue's dog. Look at this thing. That shit looks like Cujo the Black. That is a big ass dog. And I've seen another picture of him. That one don't really do him justice. That is an enormous dog. See, and that's what come to my mind when they said the private eyes said they thought it could have been an animal attack. Yeah. Is, well, I don't know how they have any evidence of that, but that would make sense because that damn dog of hers, and they keep it on a damn logging chain looking thing,
The dog could have attacked her, and then the JC covered it out. That's why they didn't want her on the property or didn't want her to.
Cujo looking ass. Yeah, you got that right.
You hear me? Quit.
My biggest question is if they believe she's in the area, why stop searching?
Yeah.
Thank you. And why ain't you searching twice as hard and doing what you need to do?
Why don't they let any volunteers search either?
Didn't she say her dog was the daddy to The Wells dogs. Ah, did she? I don't know. Possibly.
Wouldn't put it past her.
Wouldn't believe Jody Sue as far as I could kick her.
Yeah, I don't believe anything.
Yeah, I don't either. Thank you. I do not either.
Since you lie, like all the stuff, you see what she does when she's mad, like bring all that stuff on Andy, you know. So,
Yeah.
which some of it might be true, but I don't know.
But I tell you, more I think about it, more I think Grandis ain't gonna be cleared in nobody's eyes until we find out what's happened. And if she doesn't know, then I don't. I think the only way she don't know is Kenneth wouldn't know either, and it was somebody abducted him. What do you think?
Yeah.
And I tell y'all, I never thought I'd hear myself say this, but there is a chance that is what's happened.
Mm-hmm.
The longer Dawn and Candace and Grandis stay out of jail, the bigger that chance of it was somebody else is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Did that happen?
What?
Somebody's saying that. Hold on. That's so sad. That poor dog was out in the heat and died. Jody Sue Brown should not be able to have any more animals.
No.
Is that true?
I don't know. I thought, well, if it is.
That was a big dog too. You know, a big dog like that out in the heat. If you ain't got it no water, I could see that happening pretty.
No shelter.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. Yeah, that's not right.
I think anytime an animal dies chained up, and it's because it doesn't have water or food, the person who chained that animal up should go to jail.
You shouldn't have an animal just chain up either.
I think.
What?
I think if you're going to chain an animal up, you should be held responsible if it can't get to food or water on its own. Yeah. That makes you rely. It makes it have to rely on you, and to starve something to death or to have something die from thirst or heat or whatever is an extremely bad way to go.
Mm-hmm.
So are we saying Grandis just has guilty knowledge and didn't do anything to Summer? That's kind of what I think. Yes. I kind of think that way too. Because I think if Grandis would have done something, Dawn might have turned her ass in. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she did it herself. No, whatever happened. I think she definitely has guilty knowledge by being there that day the whole time. You know?
Yep.
I was looking at the map the other day too. For somebody to have been right in there on that road, they've had to have parked somewhere. And I was looking around, there's a couple spots that, man, you know, if you wasn't there a long time, I could see how nobody sees your car. You know, there are places. You ever looked at the overhead map?
Yeah.
But I tell you, you ain't stumbling up on their house on accident.
No, that's why I'm saying it was an opportunity, common opportunity. Is the only thing I can think of. I don't think they would be parking and I don't know.
It makes you think it had to be somebody local to the area, in my opinion. I don't think any other reason you'd be out there.
Yeah.
That's that place is out there. If this tells you anything, you can't do the street side view on Ben Hill Road because Google didn't even go there. The Google car didn't map Ben Hill Road. Ain't that weird? You never know. I wonder if there's ever been a crime solved because the Google car called it. I've seen them like
Probably.
stuff where there was aerial photos of stuff happening.
Yeah.
I bet the Google cars caught something in action too.
Mm-hmm.
But that tells you, though, I mean, there's not a lot of places it don't matter. That's rural as hell, and for it to happen the way they said, man, it has to be. I don't know. For it to happen the way they said, for her to have been abducted from the basement, it had to be somebody that knew her. Had to be.
Mm-hmm.
No stranger made it into that basement.
No.
You can't tell me
They
that.
wouldn't know she was there. Too tight.
See, my big problem with that is I still don't understand how anybody, stranger or no, made it past all them dogs without everybody there knowing. You know?
Yeah.
You know how a pack is.
Mm-hmm.
There might be one barking here or there, but you know when one of them actually sees something, a lot of them's going to be barking. I would think. Harley would tell us if somebody was in the driveway, wouldn't she?
Yeah. Yep. Nothing gets past her.
And this person also, for them to be a total stranger and Candace and Grandis not in on it, they had to have perfect timing for all that shit to work out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't think nobody would be watching or planning stuff out.
Crystal J. Pandrew and Jose still on my radar regardless.
Mm.
I'll say something about that. That trip from New York was something
Mm-hmm.
illegal. And you will never convince me that ain't what happened. That bullshit about changing their mind and
Yeah, nothing else makes sense really.
no time.
Does it?
No, it doesn't at all. I'm thinking they unloaded some dope into that storage building, and Jose stayed behind to watch the distribution. Yeah. If I had to guess,
and that's why they maybe gave Candace a cut for letting them stay with her or something, you know.
So yeah, I think there's a good chance. Where is Jose? Jose has passed, as far as we know. I don't think anybody's still ever seen the obituary or any proof, but it's what they're saying. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist and start no shit, but I mean, you got to wonder about that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is odd, ain't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's I'm still no further along than I was last week when I started thinking about this.
What?
How you could possibly clear some of these people. Yeah. It's not possible.
That's what I was saying. I don't know how you get down.
You know?
Yeah.
Let me ask, let's ask the crowd. I want to see just what people think. Here's the situation, guys, okay? Follow me on this. We are, we got a list of 5 is what we agreed on. There was a lot of people that was a part of this when we did it. And that's what we agreed on. We had 6. I took Jody Sue off. I know a lot of people didn't think much of that, right? But it left us with 5. We got Sherfy Jr., Damien, Grandus, Candace, Dawn, right? How could you ever clear Candace, Grandus, or Dawn? You can't. Sherfy Jr., my problem with clearing him is the type of crimes he's currently incarcerated for would be something a person that would take summer might do. right?
Yep.
And those are high reoffense. So unless he's got some kind of really good alibi, I don't know how you could clear him, right? What do you think?
Yeah.
And I've never heard his actual alibi. Have you?
No. Yeah, it's hard to say with him.
And Damien,
Don't know a lot about him or where he was or anything.
the reason I think you can't super clear him is because of that weird shit in the woods, which I do believe that was probably Jody Sue sending him up to listen and try to be nosy. I really believe that's what that was all about. But I still haven't got to see his Facebook page. And they say it's gone now. I couldn't find it myself. There's said there was some super creepy stuff on it. I never seen it. Dawn was at work with alibis, right? As far as we know, Suzette, nobody's been able to prove it any different. And you know, seeing as much of Jody Sue as we have, not trying to be degrading, but as peculiar as she is, you could imagine her child is a little peculiar also.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Just saying. Suzette, Cam did say he had that stuff. He was supposed to send it to me and he never could find it because I was wanting to show it. I hadn't seen it. It was going to be new to me too. I don't know though. I don't know where else to go right now. I think we're going to shut down while we're ahead. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a good chat, man. But like I said, that's kind of where me and Brittany's gotten stuck. I don't know. I don't know where to go.
Yeah, we should have thought it out a little bit better about it, but it's a good idea at the time. Then when you start to think about it, it's hard to eliminate somebody.
I think if we wanted to, we could make it happen to where we could eliminate them just kind of by,
Right.
you know, I think though it's always going to come down to, in my opinion, Candace
Yeah.
can never be clear to this, in my opinion.
Then probably Grandis, because she was kind of with Candace.
I think we have done it pretty much, right? What we set out to do. We wanted to get down to one suspect. And I think by just what we've already looked into and everything, we've done that. If it has to be down to one suspect, the suspect is Candace. So I think what I'm going to do now is try to find as much inconsistencies in her as I can to see if it's enough.
Yeah, because Don was at work. He has alibi, so he might have knows about it, but he wasn't directly like involved.
I don't think Don is directly responsible for what's happened to Summer.
I'm not saying that he's not guilty, but you know, we had to pick somebody off and take him off.
So I think I'm just going to, while everybody else is chasing Jody Sue and rumors and everything else, I'm going to build my shit against Candace. I'm going to go through everything with a fine-tooth comb and see how many inconsistencies I can find. And we'll do a live on that next. That's what we're going to do Monday, maybe. Did you work Monday out?
I'm off, I think. Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and schedule that in a minute. We're going to do one Monday morning and we're going to go over why it is her. Because I think by Monday I can put enough together to where I can convince a jury. Kenneth did a lot behind Don's back, in my opinion. I think it's very possible. I really do. I think and you know, Don will be out soon. Maybe something will happen. You know, I always want to have hope that this is going to be figured out sooner than later. And you have to think Don being out of jail has got to be better for finding out what happened to Summer. Because apparently he can lay in jail and do time all day long and not, because he hasn't been as vocal as he could be from jail if he wanted to, you know?
Yeah.
But I just think when he gets out, having access to internet and everything else, he's not going to be able to help himself.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe that'll help us. But I'm going to go that route. And we're going to sign off and see you guys Monday. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Jesse, thanks for the meme. I got some ideas. I'm going to email you. And we'll see everybody Monday.
See y'all.
Bye-bye.